Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
What if one day could open your heart, spark your spirit, and connect you to your most authentic self? That day is Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 6 at the Litz Rock Shops Woo Woo Festival at the Taylors Falls Memorial Community Center, located at 312 Government Street in Taylors Falls. Explore tarot, oracle, psychic, and mediumship readings. Listen to inspiring speakers covering fascinating metaphysical topics. Soak in the calm tones of live hand pan music. Shop handcrafted goods, crystals, metaphysical tools, books, and more. It's just $5 cash at the door as a free will offering. And remember, Taylors Falls is a destination. Come out for the festival and stay to explore the natural beauty, historic charm, and energy of this incredible town. And yes, there will be walking tacos.
The Let's Rock Shops Woo Festival, Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 6 at 312 Government Street, Taylors Falls Memorial Community Center. Just $5 at the door. Come for the woo, stay for the wonder, and the walking tacos.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms expected. Some could be severe with a low of 69. Then Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 83. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has the best roast beef sandwiches in the Twin Cities, plus so much more. Check out Maverick's on Lexington Avenue in Roseville, 1 mile south of Highway 36. Visit their website at mavericksbeef.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun, and hope you're having a wonderful but yet stormy Monday evening here in the Twin Cities. A couple things we want to get through before we get going tonight. First of all, if you're in the Twin Cities area, a lot of area in the Twin Cities currently is under a severe thunderstorm warning. So make sure that you are keeping, that you're keeping an eye on the situation. There is just some pretty big storms moving through at the moment. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect till 10:30 tonight. And if that changes around, if it gets extended or if it gets cut off early, we'll let you know. But one of the things I want to also remind people is that there is a threat for an El Derecho this evening in Minnesota. And for those who don't know what a derecho is, it's a widespread, long-lived windstorm associated with a line of fast-moving severe thunderstorms. Wind speeds can exceed 58 miles per hour, and in some cases reaches over 100 miles per hour, comparable to a Category 1 or 2 hurricane. The length and duration of this, it travels hundreds of miles over several hours, so it's not exactly the fastest-moving thing in the world. And then if you look at the radar, which right now I have the radar up on the screen here, it often appears as a bow echo on a weather radar, indicating the curved shape of the storm line. And it's capable of causing widespread wind damage down trees, power outages, crop destruction, and structural damage. Folks, this is not a tornado. And but though tornadoes can occur during this period, the main threat is straight line winds, not rotating winds. We'll talk to Char in a moment about what she's feeling out there, because we're getting lots of wind out here. Very, you can hear the windows rattle and stuff like that. And while not not common. Derechos happen several times a year in the U.S. and are often unrecognized compared to hurricanes or tornadoes. And one other thing I want to bring up here really quickly is just because there was a lot of outages, storm outages, people without power from last night's storm. And Xcel Energy is reporting currently that still about 17,500 customers in the Twin Cities remain without power, including roughly 5,900 in Hennepin County and 6,000 in Ramsey County. Talking with Adam today as we were at the station, they didn't have power over there since last night. And it started off after the initial storm last night, started off with 74,000 statewide, mostly in the Twin Cities, without power. By Monday morning, 34,000 did not have power. By the afternoon, 18,500. And then currently, there are about 17,500 who do not have power in the Twin Cities area. And I have to say, I'm just going to be very honest here, is that you gotta put your hands together for the folks over at Xcel Energy, because that's a lot of work happening nonstop to try to get power back to us. And as I'm sure you all know, none of this is a very safe situation for them. So I just want to thank everyone who's working on the power lines out there from Xcel Energy and everywhere else. Thank you very much for what you're doing out there. And I hope that this really doesn't mess up things too much, but I can't imagine it's not going to. So once again, a lot of the Twin Cities is under a severe thunderstorm warning, and just kind of check your county to see if you are part of that. But the current one is running till 10:30. So just kind of keep your eye open for it, and we'll update on the situation when we can. But right now, though, I'm going to introduce here our guest for tonight. You may have seen her on such other radio shows as this one. And we are very happy to have her, because there's a conversation that started last week, and we'll get into that in a second. But a conversation of stuff that was happening last week that made me at least want to talk about this subject tonight. You know her as a psychic medium, paranormal investigator. She is the owner of Charvinity. We're going to be talking about some events that she has coming up and some events that we have coming up. I am very happy to have us joined tonight by Miss Char Savoie. Char, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I always love being on your show. So thank you.
Thank you. Now, how's the weather situation? Because we're basically on the opposite sides of the Twin Cities area. You're south and I'm north. We're northwest.
Yes.
How are things?
I keep pulling my earbud out because it's really windy, and I think it's just the wind whistling. I don't think it's a siren. That's why I had to keep pulling my earbud out to listen. But we kind of live like in these like townhouses. So there's like a wind tunnel anyways that goes between them. And so I think it's just really, I actually think they're sirens.
Do you want to go check on that, and I can kind of keep things going while you check to see what's going on? Or, I don't want to be the cause of any problems over there for safety. It's just kind of how I operate, though, isn't it? What would you like to do, Char?
Let me just run, because I'm on the side of the house where the wind's hitting it. So let me go to the other side really quick just to double check, because I think it is a siren. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Go check it out. Yes, folks. I mean, this is a pretty serious situation tonight, as we once again we have severe weather coming through right now, and and it's something that is very important. If for any of us who are having headphones on or anything like that, if you don't have your phone or something with you that's giving you warnings and stuff, it's actually, you forget what you don't hear outside of those headphones. And it's very it's kind of scary. So you have to kind of keep your eyes and ears open in these situations. And I always think it's very unfair, actually, very unfair when severe weather hits at night, because that is when we're at our most vulnerable, really, when you think about it. I remember years ago, I was driving with somebody down to Arizona, and we were going through the we're going to just take just want to remove some stuff here for a second. We wanted to basically drive through Kansas. I wanted to go through Oklahoma. We're driving through Kansas. This is around 10 p.m. at night. And the storms, this was in May, I think, late May, maybe early June. So you can kind of see where I'm going here. It's around 10 p.m. at night. And we're driving through, I think, Pratt, Wisconsin. And we got Char back here. What's the deal?
We actually have sirens going off right now, so we're getting everybody downstairs to the basement. So I might have to cut out. I'm really sorry.
Nope. If you are able to come back, please do. Otherwise, we'll just kind of keep things going. Safety first, Sharts. Take care of yourself.
Okay.
All
Yep.
right,
I'll leave this on. I'll leave it on, and if I can come back, I will.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, folks. This is serious stuff tonight. So I'm glad, we can have Char on literally whenever we want. We just want to make sure her and her family are safe tonight. And as I was saying about this storm at Pratt, Kansas, is that we're driving. It's at night. My ex-girlfriend and I were driving. It's at night, and there's lots of lightning. And I look over to my right, and I'm just like, it's an open field, and I see lightning, and there is a silhouette of a tornado. Okay, there is a silhouette of a tornado. And it is, I'll never forget. It wasn't, you could tell, basically how storms are moving and how far away something is. I mean, you can't be too terribly, careful. You can't be too terribly confident about such things. But I was pretty sure. I mean, I looked at the radar and it was all moving away from us. But the thing is, there's a tornado out there. And sure enough, when I looked at the radar, there was a severe thunderstorm warning as well as tornado warning exactly where I was looking. And so, that's one of the things that is really pretty frightening, to be perfectly honest. And you have to be very careful. And last night, if you go over my TikTok, it's not the most amazing footage you'll ever see, but I did have footage of basically the clouds in the sky, because we had those big storms coming through last night as well. And my neighbor next door, he's just like, he's like, yeah, we're getting, because the sirens are going off. He's like, yeah, we're getting the kids together and we're going to go into crawl space. And I said, that's probably a good idea. I think this is the first time that we've had the sirens go off in the St. Michael neighborhood area in years. It's been a long time. And he's like, yeah, he goes, but it doesn't look that bad. And I kind of directed him in the street, and I'm like, just look over there. And what he saw was just this like lot of clouds, and these are a very different type of clouds, but there's green. It's a very true thing about tornadoes and tornadic activity, as well as just the air being ready for tornadoes, is that very thing, seeing things being green, in the sky. You just have to be careful. It's almost like, what you can imagine, like having an upset stomach or something, and something needs to give. That's the kind of thing that we were looking at last night. And back in the day, I'd been a storm chaser. I'd been all around, and actually, those who know me, I have two vehicles, and one of them is a green Ford Explorer from the 1800s. Well, it's okay. It's from 2004. How could 2004 be over 20 years ago? But anyway, I don't want to get down on that tangent. But this was, I got this Explorer so I can go storm chasing without having hail just mess up my better car. That, just this old beat up truck. And the funny thing about it, I bought it off of, I think I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. I don't think I bought it off of Craigslist. One or the other. Sorry, something moved in here. All sorts of noises and stuff tonight, folks. It's a strange night. On a paranormal level, lots of energy, right? Lots of electricity in the air, lots of energy. I was upstairs in my house working on something, and you could just feel it. You can hear the thunder. You can just feel that there's something going on. So it's there's just a lot happening here. And but I bought this truck off of either Craigslist or Facebook. Doesn't matter. But someone I had no idea about. They're over in Fridley. I go over Fridley, pick this thing up, and I'm driving it around, not realizing it doesn't have brakes, basically. But after having it for a while, I'm in the back of the vehicle, like, just like there's stuff in some of the cubby holes and stuff, just like stuff that was left behind. And there was a business card from the advertising agency I worked for at that time. I'm like, what on earth? And a name on there, and it was a name of somebody who worked there at the same time that I work there, like currently working there. And so, like, I went the next day, and I found her, and I'm just like, did you ever own a green 2004 Ford Explorer? And she's just like, yes. Like, are you spying on me? Do you have a private eye or something? I said, I own it now. I own this vehicle. And she's like, oh my gosh. And I found with her business card back there, like, hey. And the reason why there's hay is because she has horses. So she would, like, bring, horse stuff and bring that along and whatnot. Very interesting. But of all the things of, like, this woman who I somewhat knew, and there she was, I have her car now, and I still have it. I mean, it's been through a lot. This thing has been all over the country with me, but it's been my little storm chasing vehicle. And I was going to go out last night or yesterday afternoon and check out stuff, but I was too lazy, quite honestly. And it was a perfect time too, because, like, I won't go out at night and check out for storms or anything, because that is, to me, that's dangerous. I don't have the skill set to do that, especially when it's raining really hard. And, like, this piece of junk truck doesn't necessarily defrost properly when it's raining and stuff, and so you can't necessarily see the best that you would like to in these situations. So it's just better that if it's getting dark, I'm not interested in chasing. But yesterday afternoon, when the storms were coming in, and when they were coming in around 5:30 or something like that, that would have been perfect. And I should have done so. Not go too far out, but out of my area, there's still a fair amount of farm areas and stuff, so you can see what's coming. You can see what's going on, and probably around, I don't know, 6:30 or something, maybe later. Maybe it's actually closer, like 7:30 or 8. I went outside and I took a look. It's still raining quite a bit in my area, but it was, you could see the sunset further away. And the really odd thing about that is that it was, it looked like fire. It was just such an intense, like, red orange. It was absolutely beautiful. And I tried to take a picture of it, and of course, it didn't look anywhere near as good as it should have. We just ended up, I just ended up looking at it. But the weird thing is that St. Michael, and I couldn't find out exactly where. It sounded like at one point in my area, heard a lot of sirens, like police sirens or perhaps fire sirens or something. So I turned on the police scanner and for my area, and it sounded like that there was a structural fire that could have been caused by lightning or something. I'm not 100% sure, but certainly something happened, and obviously hoping that that it wasn't serious. No one lost a whole lot. Why don't we go ahead and do this? I want to take my first break. When we come back, might talk a little bit about paranormal etiquette, or we might talk about more storms. If you have anything about storms you want to put in the comments, please do so. We're going to kind of roll with the flow here. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey, bacon, avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
What if one day could open your heart, spark your spirit, and connect you to your most authentic self? That day is Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 6 at the Litz Rocks Shops Woo Woo Festival at the Taylors Falls Memorial Community Center, located at 312 Government Street in Taylors Falls. Explore tarot, oracle, psychic, and mediumship readings. Listen to inspiring speakers covering fascinating metaphysical topics. Soak in the calm tones of live hand pan music. Shop handcrafted goods, crystals, metaphysical tools, books, and more. It's just $5 cash at the door as a free will offering. And remember, Taylors Falls is a destination. Come out for the festival and stay to explore the natural beauty, historic charm, and energy of this incredible town. And yes, there will be walking tacos.
The Let's Rock Shop's Woo Festival, Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 6 at 312 Government Street, Taylors Falls Memorial Community Center. Just $5 at the door. Come for the woo, stay for the wonder, and the walking tacos.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. And it looks like that the severe thunderstorm warning has now gone away. All that we have in the area right now is a severe thunderstorm watch, and it looks like that is in effect, I think, until 1 a.m. So, just kind of keep your, best you can. I mean, I don't know how many of us are going to be up around 1 a.m. I will be, but I don't know about anyone else. If you have the alerts on your phone, please do that. I'm old school. I actually have one of those weather radios, and that thing has been going off all evening, as you can imagine. So that is, that's great. Especially with a cat or an animal of any kind, when that thing goes off, it's not quiet. It's meant to let you know that something's happening, and it scares the hell out of all of us in the house. So, but I'm glad I have it. It's good to. Good to see. So we have that going on. A couple things I want to kind of make sure that we talk about here, because there's a lot of great things happening in August. And one of them is that we are going to have Ghost Stories and Beyond for August. That's going to be a week from Wednesday. So August 6th is going to be Ghost Stories and Beyond at Billy's Bar and Grill. You know the routine. Come on out, listen to some ghost stories, have a conversation. If there's something that you want to talk about, come on out, talk about it. It's going to be great. And the star of the show here is always going to be the half price burgers. Okay, that's just really what it comes down to. And we are currently trying to figure out who we're going to have as guest speakers for the rest of the year, for September onward if we can. It's always fun to get people in to talk about their experiences and stuff as well. So if you have any suggestions, please let us know. Would love to be able to do that. Also coming up for Char, she has some of her a Charvinity Psychic and Healing Fair. One is going to be in Bloomington, August 9th, over at the Hilton Minneapolis, or excuse me, Doubletree by Hilton Minneapolis Airport Hotel. That's been where they've been having the event. It's going to be a great event. Maria Shaw is going to be there. But what's really interesting is that's going to be on Saturday, August 9th, Sunday, August 10th. The fair is going to happen again, but it's going to move to the Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota. And that's kind of cool. It's going to go over there, and Wabasha, once again, folks, if you haven't been to Wabasha during the summer, if you haven't been to Wabasha lately, downtown Wabasha on Main Street is nothing but stunning. Over by the Mississippi River, the Anderson House, I keep giving my praise of the Anderson House because it's such a beautiful, beautiful location. So her fair is going to be out there. Maria Shaw is going to be out in Wabasha. So if you're not around Bloomington, but you're around the Wabasha area, if you want to go to both, there's going to be some incredible practitioners there over the course of both places over the course of the weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really good. And, it's kind of, I always say to people when they want to get into this kind of stuff, when they want to get into some of the metaphysical aspects of it all, and, they don't know where to start, I always say, go to one of these fairs, because what happens at one of these fairs is that you're going to have people who are going to help you to determine what kind of, I don't want to say the word help, because it's not necessarily even help. It's more guidance. It's more enlightenment. What is it that you're going to need? And Char is really good about helping people with that. Other practitioners are really good. There is an ego there. That's what I love about it. It's not an ego there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to really get something out. I can't tell you how many times I've done this event, and I'm not going to be at this one. I'm not going to be at the Bloomington or Wabasha one this time, but I can't tell you how many times that I have gone to, had my table there, and I'm watching people, we've had Deb on a couple of weeks ago talking about awakening. I see that to a certain extent with these people who come out there because they don't know what to expect, but they know they want something. They want something more than what they are doing right now. And what happens is that you have these wonderful moments, these wonderful practitioners, these wonderful modalities that will help you take it to the next level for you. And it's not going to take you too terribly far. It's going to be at your own pace. But, you see people who've gone there like their first time. I always see this. Someone has gone there the first time. And then every time since, they're there. They're hooked. They want to check it out. They want to see, and they'll have practitioners that they're hoping will be there so they can see those people and get readings or get guidance or whatever they're looking for. So you definitely, if you haven't been yet, you need to go. You need to check this out. Now, also, so we talked about ghost stories. We talked about the Charvinity Fair on August 9th and 10th. Then on August 14th, over at Divine Lights, you have the Anoka Paranormal Investigation. And that is, we did that basically 2 weeks ago, or I think something like that. We did it in July. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking at new equipment today, though. And that's the funny thing. I'm looking at new equipment today that I want to get just in time for the next Anoka Paranormal Investigation, because that is really important to have more stuff there for people to play with, so we can do stuff. And when we were there the first time doing it, it was fun, but I think both Char and I are like, we can up our game on this, and that's what we're planning on doing for the Anoka investigation on August, and I've of course already forgot, so let me look it up here real fast. August 14th, and that's coming up fast. It's like it's not even August yet, but next thing you know, it's going to be like August 13th, and I'm going to be like, I didn't get my equipment. You know what I'm going to get are those paranormal tripwires. I love those things. And I don't mean, there's a couple different ones. I'm talking about the ones, the big bulky things. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, basically what this is, it's a tripwire that it's kind of like an EMF detector. So if there's some kind of vibration or something goes by it, it's going to light up. But it's a whole row of these lights. And we've had so much fun trying to get this, trying to get them to light up in the way that we're asking Spirit to light it up for us. It is a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to be bringing back in here Miss Char Savoie, and we've been just been talking about all the events and stuff that's going on. How are things in your end? Is everyone okay over there?
We're all good. We're all crammed in one little space over here, but it's just, I think we're on the tail end of it now. It seems to be in the clear. We're just kind of have a wait till it totally passes, but I think we're in the clear finally. So, woo.
So, and what I can see in the area, it looks as though, let me just take a better look at the radar, one that I can see a little bit better than this. Yeah, you're on the tip there. You don't seem to be currently in any watches or warnings, but there are some around you. So just know that, just keep your eyes open there, Char, because we never know when that changes, right? But
totally, yeah, we're watching the weather over here, and we're all still crowded downstairs, so it's all good. We're gonna wait it out a little longer.
Yep, no, absolutely, and it's there's a lot of emotion that goes through these moments, I mean, and the thing is like you got little ones with you and stuff, and it's hard to explain to them. And maybe it was super simple on your end. I don't know. I remember as a kid, though, even the act of having to go downstairs during these weather incidents, really, really scary, because there's that possibility of, if we're going down here, that means something might happen that we don't want to see happen,
Right. Well, and they were all asleep, so it was kind of like, rude awakening, and then everybody huddling downstairs and corralling the dogs, and it was a lot.
Yeah, no,
kudos to parents for getting things done.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. You got folks in the comments saying that they're happy that you're all safe over there, so that's good. And we were just talking about, I was just doing my best talking about the fair that you have that is on Saturday. It's going to be at the Doubletree by Hilton Minneapolis Airport Hotel. And then Sunday, you're picking up shop and moving it to Wabasha, and you're going to be at the Anderson House on Sunday, August 10th. And there's just a lot of fun stuff that we're kind of talking about there. And I really wanted to kind of let people know. And this, the one thing that I love about this is you have, and I mentioned how many times I've seen over the course of the times that I've been there, someone showing up for the first time, and then you never see them not there again. They're coming every single time because they figured it out, so to speak.
Right. It kind of becomes like a really close-knit family. The same practitioners come, so then the same people come, and it just kind of gets to be this big bond. And it's like, it's unlike any other fair. And I'm not saying anything bad about any other fair, but there's just this energy when you have a group of people come together that are so close-knit, and then you have familiar faces coming in to see you. It's just like a big family reunion, and it just kind of really creates that energy of, oneness and togetherness, and that's why I love doing it.
I also like the fact that, as I mentioned as well, if you don't exactly know what you are looking for coming in there, that what I have noticed is that the practitioners do not seem to have an ego about it. It's not going to be like, oh, you need to come to me, I'm having a slow day, or anything like that. It's more like, what are you looking for? Okay, that person over there, I think they're going to be the ones that can be able to help you. Why don't you go talk to them? That sort of thing.
Absolutely. And I do my best too. If I see somebody kind of wander around, not sure what they're doing, or I haven't seen them before, I'll ask them what they're looking for, and, what it is that they're seeking for the day. And kind of get a feel off of what they're thinking and see vibes with them too, energetically wise.
Well, and that's one of the things we haven't really talked about, because before we would always say that you would help people get to where they need to go, but you're also a practitioner now. You're doing the work that you're meant to do, as well as running the fair. So, and how's that been going for you?
I'm pretty good. Actually, I've got some amazing friends that help me out at the door. So I feel very comfortable walking away and letting them take the reins on that. So it makes it easy for me. So I have a really good team. I have a really good support system, and we all just help each other, and it works.
That's great. That's really cool. And then I was also talking about, we already talked about Ghost Stories and Beyond, and that the star of that show is the Half Price Burgers. Really are. And basically,
it should be Half Price Tacos.
It should be, but you could talk to them about that. I'm sure you all could come to some arrangement.
They don't even sell tacos.
Well, they sell quesadillas. I mean,
that's not a taco.
But they also sell taco salad. So
that's not a taco.
No, I thank you. I understand what a taco is, but what I'm trying to say here is that maybe they could, spend the $1.50 on the 55, taco shells, and they can start making tacos. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what we talked to them about doing, is having like a taco bar or something down there.
Oh, I wouldn't be doing the event then. I'd just be eating.
People would come up to try to get a taco, and you're like, "What are you doing? Get back!"
The ghost stories would be the tacos that were.
The ghost stories are the ones who try to get tacos from, and try to cross the line, and Char's is like, "Okay, this is the game we're playing." So it's great. So I wanted to also talk about, and we did talk about a little bit, the Anoka Paranormal Investigation, August 14th at Divine Lights. And I was explaining to folks that I'm hoping to have that new piece of equipment, the tripwire, by the time that we do the next round, because they are fun. They are so much fun to have.
They are, but we'll have fun either way. So I think we had a great time last time. So I think we had some great activity, and it was just a really good time, and a great group of people came out. So I'm excited for the next one.
Is that thunder I'm hearing in your background?
It ain't my stomach.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You're so busy telling me what a taco is and what it isn't. It's more of what it isn't is what you're telling me, but that's fine. That's fine.
Right? Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. So what I didn't tell people, as far as learning about the fairs, go to charvinityfairs.com. Also Charvinity Fairs. There you have a Facebook page for Charvinity Fairs also, do you not?
I do, but most of the information ends up on just the Charvinity page, just because.
Okay. On the
at ADD, I only get so far.
Well, it's hard, isn't it?
It is hard.
And then so you go there for that. Go to charvinity.com for, especially to get tickets for the Anoka Paranormal Investigation. I'm trying to see here where do you recommend people to get tickets from for this?
Well, there is a event for it on Charvinity on Facebook, and it'll take you right to where you buy the ticket.
And I will also be forwarding that to my GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun Facebook page, as well as my own personal page as well. Folks, you don't want to miss out on this whatsoever. What I'd like to do here real fast is I'd like to fit in another break when we come back. We're going to talk a little bit about what our purpose of the show was. Weather was the star tonight, and that's just how it goes. But that's okay. We still have plenty to talk about. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information. Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo comes to the Alliant Energy Center August 9th and 10th. Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall, and artist alley for all the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo, also known as MadX, is going to be huge, with guests like Walter Jones from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, legendary wrestler Sting, plus other great guests from voice actors, authors, and artists all over the entire weekend. 2 days of action-packed fun at the Alliant Energy Center. Tickets start at $53. Kids tickets are just $9.99 for the entire weekend. Don't wait to get your tickets. Buy your tickets and get more information at MadisonComicExpo.com. MadX is Wisconsin's biggest Comic-Con, and don't forget Twin Cities Con is coming up in November. New guests are being announced all the time. Go to TwinCitiesCon.com for more information.
And join us tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're going to have back another GhostBox Radio favorite. We had one tonight when she's not hiding in the basement, but then we had having another one on tomorrow. We're going to have author, psychic medium Rob Guttrow on tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the Birdcage Theater in Tombstone, Arizona. He had quite some experiences there. I've had some quite experiences there as well. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. On Wednesday, we're going to have Chris Gugliotti talking about a Kickstarter he's doing for a book that he's putting together. It looks incredible. Explorer's Guide to Monstrous Cryptid Creatures. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great conversation. Thursday replay, Anthony Sanchez talking about the UFO Nexus, a journey into alien realms and cosmic secrets. That was fantastic conversation way back from 2023, but don't worry, it's still relevant. And he was telling me about a new book that he's writing, finished up now, that we're going to get him on about. It's going to be pretty incredible. And then, of course, Friday is Casual Friday. And then also, I just have to say, we talked about this on Friday. Went to Mavericks, had probably one of the best roast beef sandwiches I've had there in a very long time. And they're always very good, but this, for some reason, it was like I was very close to being like, you know what, I think I might want another. I mean, they're not small, so who the hell am I to think that I need more than one sandwich from Mavericks? Those things are huge, but it was great. We have Char Savoie with us tonight. We're talking about paranormal etiquette. It's very interesting, and we have about 12 minutes left or so, and I think this is more than fine to kind of get the gist of what we're talking about. And Char, I wanted to have this conversation. Last week we had a number of iconic people from our time growing up. I mean, let alone any sort of loss is sad, but these celebrity losses are very big. And there is always one person in particular who at the moment that he hears that they pass, he tries to not only reach out to them with some kind of spirit box or something, but he also is recording it and puts it out there. And for some reason, every time he seems to be successful with it. That's bad etiquette. And I wanted us to kind of talk about a little bit of this because in Matt McNeil today, he promoted the show for us. He does every day now, and I'm very grateful for that. But he's like, what kind of etiquette is for paranormal etiquette? Because he's just like, what, ghosts and aliens sitting around a table with forks and knives and stuff. Like he didn't know the image I created. But why do we not want to try to reach out to anybody who passed right away like that?
Well, first of all, it's respect. It's respect. They just passed, and families are grieving. It's just a matter of respect on both parts of that. Secondly, even when a family is so distraught about somebody leaving and they're mourning and they don't want them to go and they're pleading, they're holding that spirit captive. Yeah. It's almost like they're holding them here from crossing over to where they need to go. Now think of millions of people are grieving this at the same time. So the spirit has somewhere it needs to go. It has things it needs to do. We can't capture it here and keep it here. We can't enslave somebody here for entertainment. That's just wrong. All on all levels.
Yep.
And so when you're doing stuff like that, because you are captivating it, you're putting it out there. Now you've got all these people watching it and like believing it and putting energy into that person still being here and all this stuff. You're doing exactly that. And that's horrible. That is so wrong to do. That spirit needs to go where it needs to go, whether it needs to cross over, whether it needs healing, whatever it is that spirit's purpose is to do from the moment it left that body, it needs to be able to go. And to put that much intention, effort, and to drag millions of people in on it is just, that's wrong. It's wrong.
I will give another reason. I mean, the reasons that you gave are really the only reasons, but I also, from a technical side, want to also let people know that if I remember when Prince passed away, and I was doing spirit box sessions down at St. Anthony, over at the Real Ghost Tours, and people there when we're doing spirit box sessions are like, bring through Prince. Let's see if we can bring through Prince. And I said, first of all, let alone all the stuff that you just said, Char, I said, what is the really big topic on the radio right now is when you have a big celebrity death like that. So especially homegrown, like Prince was. So having that, and you're scanning through these radio frequencies, there's a very good chance his name is going to come through. And same with Ozzy, same with any of them this last week. And so you might be like, oh my gosh, they said their name to me, and it's just radio. I mean, once again, everything else you said is the real reason, but also just as a technical level, this is why, just stay away from it. Stay away from it. Let spirits get associated. Why do you need to speak to, Ozzy Osbourne or whatever the day he passes? It's ridiculous. And let them come to you like the Queen came to us. And they'll want to talk to you, they will.
Right. I mean, that's just it. It's like they'll be available. They'll be available. And if they want to talk to you, they will. That's the other thing I have with it. If you have 100% success rate on getting somebody on the day that they die, I don't think so.
No. I would agree with you on that. And someone had posted about this person, and like, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. And I said, I don't even think they can do it.
Yeah.
To your point, there's just no way. And every single time there is, I remember this person supposedly got Robin Williams the day he died, and it's just like this jovial sort of Robin Williams sort of like life or whatever. that passing wasn't easy. So, and that alone, just how that went down is just disgusting, that this person is just doing that. And you get to the point that I think he actually does it now because he knows it upsets so many people, to be honest.
It's publicity. He's getting what he wants out of it, attention. And there's this thing called karma. That's all I'm going to say. And the thing is like I said, it's just disrespectful. Just think about the families, the people that are left behind. That's hurtful for them. That's just so wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be the person to be like, I'm first, I'm the one that did it, I'm the first, and like, I mean, based on the way that you and I reach out to well-known people, clearly they have to be dead for like 90 to 200 years.
Right. And by all means, anything that I say next is not the end all. But me as a medium, I find that if somebody has just passed, it's harder for me to connect to them. Like I had somebody come in like the day of the funeral, and I'm like, they're not here. Like they're still, some of them might still be earthbound. They aren't able to be intelligent enough to have that communication with you. They're still dazed and confused. They don't know where they are. They haven't even crossed over yet. So it's not even as far as just a medium standpoint on my end of it. Somebody might be different. So I'm not going to say this is everybody, but it's impossible. Like it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen.
You said something that really kind of struck me there. What if, if say that even some of these responses are real, that the fact that he is, that he's reaching out to these now spirits, that the spirits, maybe they are answering in some cases, and they have literally no idea that they have passed.
Right. Exactly. Some don't.
Yeah.
Some don't. From my point of view, what my experience is there's like this time from when they pass to when the funeral is, where they're kind of lingering. They're kind of still earthbound. They're not really sure what's happening. It's almost like they have a concussion. It's kind of like, whoa, what's happening? I don't have a body. I don't know what's happening. It's like there's this whole navigational thing that's happening. And then and we've witnessed it, once there's a funeral, they go, and they're just like, they wait to say goodbye, and then they go. And then that's when they cross over, and that's where they become more intelligent and more interactive and more aware of what's happening. It's kind of like that little intermediate part of being earthbound is where they're kind of like, I'm not sure what's happening here. And that's not everybody, but for the majority part of the ones that I've experienced, that's what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you're right. We have seen it with our own eyes. And, you let the process take place.
Right. Well, and I used to live across from the funeral home, and they would come in and wait till the funeral, then they would go. It's like they wait for the funeral, and those are the ones that are aware that they're going to a funeral.
Yeah.
Some don't know that they're gone. I've talked to some spirits where they're like, "What do you mean I'm dead? Why are you talking to me?"
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I just think about my dad. I've told the story many times that as soon as he passed, there was this like scent that I associated with him, and it was with me constantly up until his funeral. And after the funeral, I'm not saying it never came back, but the drop off in the frequency is quite it's very palpable. Bruce in the comments says, imagine it from the other way around. If you pass and you are just trying to figure out the next realm, let them settle before they have to try to communicate with the living.
Totally.
Yeah.
Some of them might not even want to talk to the living.
I know I won't.
I don't
just like, hey, I said all during these last 51 years, I said all I needed to say. Nothing more. Nothing more. I have nothing more to say to any of you. But no, it's true though. I mean, they don't have to, and I think that's the thing too that is important to that people know about. And when I was doing the spirit box sessions, you'd get someone being like, can you get my dad? And I'd try to get their dad, and I'd get nothing. And they'd be like, that's okay. He didn't like me very much anyway. It's like, no, this isn't why they're not reaching out to you. Don't take it so personally.
Well, and that's just it too. It's like, just because I asked for somebody to come through doesn't mean they're going to. It doesn't mean that they don't want to. Again, there is no time. Just because I ask right now doesn't mean that they don't answer me 2 months from now, and they have no idea that it's 2 months have passed by for me. There's no time for them. Like they energetically respond when they energetically can. And so that way it's like, we are always like, well, you didn't answer me right away. Well, they're like, what's right away? I don't have that.
Well, I also think too, it's like me, I just let it go to voicemail if it's a phone call, just
Unknown number.
I'll check it later, whatever.
Right.
No, absolutely. And I think that even though we didn't get too deep, and we can do a follow-up on this at some point as well. But I think what we're talking about here is worth for people to know. If you're watching videos and you're watching someone trying to, reach out to Ozzy the day he dies, or any celebrity or anything like that, please just, I don't want people to go and start berating this person. Just know that this isn't the way it should be.
Right.
Just just know that we don't, that the good, the respected people and the people with integrity in the paranormal field, they are the ones who, just keep them in mind that this isn't how we operate. We're running out of time here. I just want to quickly say again, real fast, I'm just going to run through this. Ghost Stories and Beyond will be happening next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. So please go check it out. And then there is the Charvinity Psychic and Healing Fair in Bloomington on the 9th, and then in Wabasha on the 10th as well. So make sure you go there. Go to charvinityfairs.com to check it out. And then we're going to do Anoka Paranormal Investigation. That's August 14th. 6 to 9 p.m. Go to Charvinity on Facebook. You'll be able to get tickets there. Char, it's quick, but thank you so much for joining. I'm glad you're safe also.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, we'll get you back on again soon. Tomorrow, folks, we're going to have Rob Guttrow. Everyone, have a safe night.